Yo, check this out. This is Wayne Wonder, representing for Warrior LTV. You see the vision, don't it? See the vision. Warrior LTV. Keep it locked.
I'm gonna tell you. We, as bloggers, these are the issues that we need to address. You understand what I said? Set the bar for the youth. Share, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned to the channel. I don't know all this shit.
We live good. Even if you see we there, kill one that we live good. Yeah, then people might think.
Yes, I. Greetings once again in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I the First. And all things good and wonderful amongst us. Seeing, once a welcome viewers and subscribers. Viewers, if you like the content, subscribe and make way grow the platform. See. Yes, I. So, I man come across an article in the Jamaican Gleaner to the star where I man have to share. Most of the island might see it because anything have to do with corruption in Jamaica, it ring a bell, it call for attention. So when you see them headlines, I know it's enough for I and I'll check it out, see way. See it, it's just our reality. Anyway, make I read along. The headline states, lawmakers resist invasive transparency campaign. Now, before me even start reading the article, first thing I say is that how can public officials, lawmakers, them type of people where in any country, whether it's corrupt or not, resist them type of thing there, unless they have something to hide. I mean, it's by law, by any definition, any measure. When you go in them place, you have to bring with you a level of transparency. Transparency when you go work in a certain corporate industry. See, like for instance, if me I work for a little company then, as a little menial employee, manual labor, and nowadays them give the t-shirt them with the logo and them sort of thing there, something look, we're representative of the company and thing, and me I go up on the road with it and me buck a fight with a man, whether my fault or not, yeah? It's a fireable offense that, me not there work, Probably if me never have on the company shirt, see? Me wouldn't get fired. See? But the thing is, them I say, by bringing the company, me bring the company to disrepute. See, show a bad light on the company. Because I wear them garments and things out there and move unprofessional or like a Lego beast. See, so there is this demand, there is this requirement. We're set up by the people and we work for us that. Based on the nature of affairs. Based on, See? So if we observe in Jamaica, say there is a high level of corruption because them give us a ratings on the corruption scale, what we know said far more. As some see the money where the Jamaica would have paid to get the marks there. Them could have did elevate a whole heap and get to you. Because we know that not normal, that not acceptable, that not proper, we're not stupid. See? Give you a little lower marks like so well, whatever. Anyway, because from the mark, what we get? With the little resource, little or no resource we have, to our mean to humanity over the centuries, over the decades as a country, Rasta, the demand for our transparency is more than anybody else. And if our politician, why our politician them no one recognize that? Why our politician no one recognize that for challenge or attempt at change? Remember, uno there at the end of the stream. Uno supposed to be the example. Corruption not only mean money laundering and money robbing and scamming and all them sort of thing there. Corruption not only mean bribe, Rasta. Corrupt mean gunman a kill. Youth are dead for nothing. Youth are dead before them reach 25 and them think they are corruption. Them amongst the youth them too. See, but because the youth them not see nobody up there set no trend or no standard. I make no sacrifice to maintain them now make no neither. It's just natural. It's just freaking natural. And if you want attempt at any adjustment, Rasta, put yourself out there and be an example. Dirty people and stop get a youth. I saw them chicken, And go on like say we are idiot, cover them corruption and defend. I mean, what is there to defend if you don't have none for hide? Let me read and explain as best as we go along. You see, lawmakers have pushed back against an integrity commission lawmakers have pushed back against an integrity commission recommendation for a legislative amendment to the 2017 Integrity Commission Act to include additional declarations of their assets, calling it invasive and inappropriate. Watch out. I want to expect it in Jamaica today. How what them people I expect? Never seen nothing like this before. They have also mounted strong opposition to the Commission's recommendation that it be limited to parliamentarians, arguing that it adds to the corruption stigma that has bedeviled the profession. Come on. If there is any level of corruption left to add to Jamaican politicians' standard Rasta, a hell. Jamaica is hell. If there is any other level, if there is any restraint against corruption in Jamaica by Jamaican politicians, them Rasta, me I tell you, nothing that don't exist. You know, when you chat poppy crap, you know see it. And when they check it out, them should all be the one for a balance anyway. We could go through. Why I tell you. But Executive Director of the watchdog body, Greg Christie, warned that legislators' resistance could further taint the country's image. Legislator them, you know, when no corruption rampant, Rasta, we never said nothing like this yet. Nothing like this yet. This not normal. Jamaica is not a real place. Jamaica is not a real place, Rasta. You know, see? The executive director of the watchdog body, Greg Christie, warned that legislators' resistance could further taint the country's image. The issue was ventilated during Wednesday's sitting of the Joint Select Committee of Parliament reviewing the act. I can't wait for headline that one. The title for the one that I run through my head while I read it to the start. The whole heap of titles. But I don't know how our politicians them take this thing and find out. Them think we are asleep. We are going to wake them up and show them who are asleep. You see. Yes. The issue was ventilated during Wednesday's sitting at the Joint Select Committee of Parliament reviewing the act. The Commission's Director of Information and Complaint, Craig Beresford, told committee members that it was being recommended that Section 39, which referenced statutory declaration, be amended to require additional declarations from Parliament. Those additional requirements include membership in political trade or professional organization, contracts with the government, directorships and beneficial interests in corporate bodies, and government boards, beneficial interest in lands, where them are thief up, trustees of beneficiaries of a trust, and any other substantial interest that may result in a potential conflict of interest. Rasta, that what I'm trying to show you here, so is, for instance, say, if you in a, so for instance, you have a businessman around the corner there, so, where want a certain contract, see? Or if I come by certain level of equipment, some equipment and resource and things like that. So you know say the government needs certain contract for run, probably cut sidewalk or whatever right throughout time. See, him just link up with a politician friend. See, push some money behind the politician and get the politician in a power. Now, regardless of the fact say the type of tool them where I use and the method where I use it and it unfriendly to the environment and it cause erosion, soil erosion and wash away. The big bank in them and road and wash and things like that. Regardless of them things, them ramification, yeah. When you check it out, this politician now we're inputting a power that are for him interest. The man they have him in his pocket and say, yo, I want you. Don't sign a legislation, the door black against me. Reason your friend them and make them know say what. You want me, allow me and make me go and do it my way, that way you come. Don't buy up the equipment them and ready to already. Since Jamaica and the economy suffer, while a politician knows say him committed to the man them more than Jamaica. These are conflict of interest. You understand what I say? I hope it makes sense a while ago in Rasta. Because the same politician where we film one link out there so now that one link there is to control every politician where him a friend with and where him have influence over. Because I one talk. And we know that it's done. You see, them things that them things that not applicable in a modern government, not acceptable in a modern government at them time. Not there. Even when it benefit me, even when I did it with high school logo I do it. It don't benefit the country. And I and the politician boy benefit and them know and them things them a fight against. Them thing a Jamaica politician a fight against today. When youth a drop on the street like fly, women and children a drop like fly because there's no conscience, no standard, no example being set by the so-called leaders them of a challenge this force here. This is how to challenge them thing. I think we are either I want to know no thief and corrupt. And them distraction when you a kill off one another, the whole country distracted from thievery. And now realize the country gets such and such a grant. Because again, that now bother them, tomorrow morning, more gang war and them things they broke out. And I hit them of people afraid for life, threat to them life more than anything else. You know, see it. And while you have access and under the covers of darkness, because you don't want no light. So now black against light here openly, in front of the public in Jamaica. Rasta no politician, no public official, no position right here now for trample down transparency, anti-corruption, anything, any measures. I will own a politician them Rasta. Anyway, I can read some more. These additional requirements include membership in political, trade, or professional organization, contracts with government, there's some read already, conflict of interest. Yeah. Boris Ford said that the recommendation will assist in the Commission's effort to detect and investigate matters relating to actual, potential, or perceived conflict of interest, nepotism, and other corruption enabling acts. Come on! What wrong with that, Rasta? What wrong with that? Is be a prisoner them a potential prisoner them here a defend it, all of them people here have a skeleton, a corrupt skeleton in the closet. All of them, Mala Foot, Delroy, Chuck, the whole of them. Lawmakers them whole of the Rasta. But legislators took issues with several of the requests, noting that they are already required by law in some aspects. We don't want them in some aspect. Thief. Every aspect of uno existence, them for inner, because them inner get a youth face every day, Rasta. I don't press them. You see it? And I keep them in a servitude. I keep them as gunmen and robbers and thieves, criminals, when them can learn something or progress themselves, but a more standard social scale where them can live longer. You see it? And them sort of thing there, them thing facilitate them careless behavior there, dunce behavior there, and they get amongst the youth them these days. And no, I want to think you have to say you see it, no. But committee member Marlene Malahu Fort argued that with the exception of the Prime Minister and opposition leader who, by law, must make public a summary of their statutory declaration, every provision under the Act applies to parliamentarians and public officials equally. You now want to single out parliamentarians that they must be required to make submission of an additional category of interest, and the concern only relate to people who are part of the political directorate, she challenged, noting also that the government is not limited to this group. She said, by constantly putting the spotlight on parliamentarians and their offices, others remain in the shadows. Malawi Foot was supported by Peter Bunky. None other than Peter Bunting. None other. Why couldn't it have been somebody with some reputation? Why couldn't it have been somebody somebody of substance? Malawi Foot was supported by Peter Bunting, who suggested that parliament secretaries be held to greater scrutiny. Hold on, what may I read that, sir? Malawi Foot says, by constantly putting the spotlight on parliamentarians and their offices, others remain in the shadows. Yes, that's what she said. We not be alright, I don't for out the one that were in the shadows. We should even mention them. I don't have the authorities. See where they are? Lawmakers. See, but you don't have to say, Malawi Fort was supported by Peter Bunting, who suggested that parliament secretaries be held to greater scrutiny. So how him support? So when I say the one them don't have the pressure, the scrutiny and nothing apply to them. Me grasp. Wow, go on this. Peter Bunting, nobody in the business their input. Your suggestion don't make no sense there, so because you yourself, no integrity. Rasta, you no integrity. A Bunting there and golden you come from, come keep your standard over this. Furthermore, he said the Integrity Commission leadership must, before anyone else and any other body, be held to a higher account, especially with respect to disclosure to registrable interest. Come on, I want to hear that the people must preempt that. And them I present the strategy to UNO, what UNO resist. Now I make it look like say them are gonna be and why UNO I put back the same, I reverse the psychology and I put back demand upon the people them we are asked. I tell you say them boy are not have no level where them say, you know, Jamaica people might pick up. You see, yeah. You want for us to declare what valuables we have in our safety deposit box? Not only is that invasive, but how are you going to verify that what we say is correct? Then, oh man, it's an investigation. We are going to check. The people them are going to obviously go check. And if them not go check, them just not want to go check. But them obviously are going to have the authority if you go check. That's why them a make them suggestion, yeah. Them will literally know what in there before you give them permission. And I ask you now to clarify what in there, to catch you a lie. All the one like people are stupid to consequence and you know, what them people are Rasta? There are certain things like that are not only invasive but inappropriate to put in a legislation. Committee chair, Delroy charge. The only thing that is left is for the Integrity Commission to ask us to put in the legislation that once per year you can visit a parliamentarian's home to investigate. He added. Nothing wrong with that, you know. The level of corruption and the level of criminality in Jamaica today, all of this, Rasta, should have been implemented 20 years ago. And I know this shouldn't be something where just be suggested and guys I put up fight. Guys feel like them have the authority and integrity. As a nation, we as a nation now have the integrity to put up no farmer fight against standards of challenging corruption. We not in no position, all out, all hands on deck to fight them thing. I want to some boy who's a thief himself who have millions of poor people funding in our secret account them all about a fight, a hide. And so you know say the Integrity Commission is not gonna get the authority and the potential to come dig up them thing and expose the corrupt deals and deeds to regular ghetto people. And that's why we want to fight this all on earth somebody in any black country to fight corruption measures. How and why? It's only the corrupt people that would do that, Rasta. Anyway, I can finish it. Dana Scott Motley warned that the recommendation was concerning and noted that the requirements bordered on going overboard. She said that not only are the required statutory declaration reports burdensome and highly invasive, any additional runs the risk of excluding persons with integrity from public office. How and why? How that makes sense, Rasta? I don't know how that makes sense. I don't know how that's even a logical argument. You don't see it. Me no know, Rasta. Christine noted, however, that under the Act, the Commission is required to monitor current legislative and administrative practices in and other jurisdictions to fight corruption. He said that this was in keeping with international best practices. He said that the particular recommendation was developed specifically for parliamentarians internationally, but noted that there was no difficulty in including other senior public officials. Pointing to Transparency International as the world's leading and most respected anti-corruption body, Christie said that Jamaica was perceived as corrupt, ranking below 50, with 0 being the most corrupt and 100 being the least. He said in the last 10 years, Jamaica has averaged a score of 38.7 out of 100. It is up to all of us to find ways and means to strengthen the perceptions that something is being done to fight corruption. It starts with our lawmakers, because the lawmakers are the ones who basically set the anti-corruption legislation regime, he said. No, I've never seen or heard anything like this yet. You see, if your conscience set you free, say,